Welcome to Enlightened Game with Slim Sir, as he takes the lessons he learned from the streets, commonly known as the game, and applies them to everyday life, helping everyday people win the game of life, focusing on relationships, money, and the winner's lifestyle. This podcast will turn any chump into a champ. So if you're ready, let the game begin. And now, your host, the most valuable player himself, Slim Sir.
Welcome to Enlightened Game, episode 24. I am Slim Sir, and this is my audio notebook, and I like to say my therapy sessions. Before I begin, I'd like to say thank you. I want to thank all of those people who sent me whatever they could on Cash App to support this movement, and for each and every one of you who listen to this podcast and support it and follow me on YouTube and on Spotify and on Spreaker. I also want to thank especially every last one of you who have purchased any copy of my paperback books, The Rules, or Glory to the Game, or any of the digital copies of my books, The Rules, Glory to the Game, and Game God Volume 1 and Game God Volume 2, which is coming out in a few weeks, God willing. So I just want to thank everybody for all of your support, man. It really means a lot to me. So I just want to get straight into this episode's subject. And the reason why your lives are messed up. And I was thinking about this the other day, and everything that applies in the game also applies to life, because as I teach, life and the game, they really mean the same thing. When you take away all of the glitz and glamour of the game, it really just means life, right? So the reason why the game is messed up and the reason why your life is messed up is for the same reason. It's the same cause. The game being messed up and your life being messed up is an effect. The cause is the same. All right? So today we're not going to talk about how messed up the game is or how messed up your life is. All right? I spent a lot of time in my personal life, in my past, thinking about my past, thinking about how messed up my life was. And that got me absolutely nowhere. Made me more stressed out and hopeless. And that's what I see in the game today. A lot of us are talking about how messed up the game is and how messed up these females are and how messed up these guys are. And it's the same in the square world. They say, oh, the world is messed up. Oh, the country is messed up. Oh, this is messed up. Oh, that's messed up. Everything's messed up. If you notice, I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying to advance my my vocabulary. Trying to reach a greater audience, because if one thing I have learned doing this podcast is that it has given me so much life purpose to share this game with you. All of the letters that come in, all of the DMs, all of the well wishes, man, it really changed my life, and it motivated me to want to help a bigger audience, and not just the game, but using the game to help everyone solve their problems. So the reason why your life is messed up, let's check this out. When you go home and your house is messed up, what does that mean? That means that everything is not in order. Things are out of order. Okay? When your house is messed up, it means things are out of order. When your life is messed up, it means the same thing. It means your life is out of order. When the game is messed up, that means there is no order. It's out of order. When the world is messed up, when the country is messed up, it means that things are not in order. That's what it means. Whenever you see something messed up, that means that there is no order there. So let me show you a way of thinking, how players think. Whenever you see something messed up, the average person is just going to see it messed up and look at it being messed up and complain that it's messed up. But a real player is going to see something that's messed up, and the first thing that they're going to do is say, how can I place some order there. You see? The average person may see something that's messed up and say, oh, that's messed up. A player who is extraordinary or extraordinary won't see that same situation in the same way. They'll see it as an opportunity to apply some order in it or to it. Why? Because one of the first things that you have to learn about the game is that the principle of structure and order. You see, the reason why your life is messed up is because there's no order. How do you produce order? You have to have structures. You have to have rule. You have to have regulations. You have to have standards and principles and integrity to carry them out. I always talk about standards and integrity, but let's show you how it works in your life, okay? And how structure, especially the principle of structure, once you apply this to your life, you will see progress. Why? Because structure produces order, and order produces progress. Progress being advancement. Advancement being a key principle of the game. Therefore, if you're not advancing, you can't say that you're playing the game. And the root of advancement is structure. Therefore, if you don't have any structure in your life, you can't say that you're adequately playing the game. Now, this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings, but guess what? The reason why you're not successful is because you're not following a structure. The reason why you're not following a structure is because you're hard-headed. That's right. You're hard-headed. You don't want to follow a structure. You don't want to be disciplined. You don't want to follow one leader. You want to be the leader yourself. And if you were such a good leader, then, your life would reflect it. Bottom line. A lot of us want to be leaders, but we're not qualified to be leaders. In order for you to be a good leader, you have to be a good student. Not necessarily a good follower, a good student. And you have to be a student under a mentor for a particular time period until you learn. And then you can branch out on your own. See, that's how the game of life really works. You come into the world, you don't know anything. You have to learn from somebody. Who do you learn from? Well, you have to learn from successful people. It only makes sense. A lot of us, we come into the world and we think we know it all, right? You know everything. Can't nobody tell you nothing. See, you have no structure in your life. You have no mentorship in your life. There's no one to tell you, hey, this is right or this is wrong, because you don't want to hear it. And for those of you who say, you know what, all right, maybe I'll listen to your advice, or you'll listen to someone's advice. Then you go and you listen to the wrong person, right? You're listening to someone about money who doesn't have money. You're listening to people tell you about having a good relationship when they themselves don't have good relationships. See, this is the reason why our lives are messed up. Now, we have to have some structure to our lives, right? How do you add structure to your life if you don't have any structure in your life right now? And you recognize that structure is the key to your advancement, and you want to advance. Well, how do you put this structure in your life if you've never had it before, right? Okay, this is how you do it. You get a mentor. You get someone who's already done it. You get someone who's doing it and doing it successfully, doing it the way you want to do it, doing it the way you got to be a student to somebody. See, you can't go into the medical career, right, just because you woke up one day and wanted to be a doctor. That don't make no damn sense. You can hurt people that way. Well, the same is true in everything in life, especially this game. You have to learn the game before you practice the game. See? If you don't learn the game properly or learn it from a credible source, you could go out and harm somebody and harm yourself. So it's important to have that structure. That first part of the structure being you accept yourself as a student and accept a credible mentor, as your leader, as your teacher, as your guide for a specific time until you can learn to do and go on your own. That's the first part of structure. See, we can get past that this old nigga this and this old nigga that mentality and just humble yourself for a minute take the lessons, and then go on. Right? All right. So another aspect of structure is a schedule, a daily schedule. The reason why a lot of us are not making advancement in our lives is because we don't have any structure to our days. How do you apply structure to your day? You have to have a things to do list, a schedule. What are you trying to accomplish for that day? What is your purpose? Purpose is a principle of the game. You see? Now, I'm talking about principles of the game, and there's a lot of you who are clueless and don't have any idea what these principles are that I'm talking about. And that should show you that you don't have game. So you should have a mentor and become a student so that you can get these principles and learn how to apply them in your life so that you can win. Aren't you tired of being a loser? I know I was. All right. No one likes to be a loser. Losing is not fun. Go look at a athletic game, a football, a basketball, a baseball game, a hockey game. And the winners are cheering and the losers are sad. It is not fun to be a loser. It is only fun to win. Okay? And life is about fucking winning. Damn, I went through the whole podcast and I didn't curse until there. I'm sorry. Be getting in my zone sometimes. Anyway, so having a daily to-do list provides you structure in your life. Start out with a list of 5 things that you have to do today. And just go down your list and get things done. And guess what? By the time you get to the end of that list, you will have advanced in that day. And you're a winner. You see? You've made advancement. That's the principle of the game. But you can't advance if you don't have things to do. Now, when you look at brothers that are just chilling all day, they ain't got nothing to do. My mom and my grandmom used to tell me, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. And when you watch people who get in trouble, you ask them, what were you thinking? I wasn't thinking. What were you doing? I ain't had nothing to do. People who get in trouble 9 times out of 10, like from the hood, like especially from me, and it's personal experience, man. I'm not just talking on my ass. It's personal experience. A lot of times I got in trouble in my life because I didn't have nothing to do, straight up and down. Right? Then you get in trouble, and then one of them old folks grab a hold of you and then give you a whole bunch of things to do, right? For what? Keep your ass out of trouble. So if the idle mind is a devil's workshop, that means a busy mind is a God's workshop. Think about that. Just leaving it there, not trying to get religious. Just common sense, and we're just looking at the other side of the coin. That's the game. Now, structure. If something doesn't have a structure, right? Now think about it. Your body, your bones make up your structure, right? Imagine if you didn't have any structure, you'd just be a lump of flesh and blood. You couldn't do anything. See? So structure allows you to get things done. All right? A lot of us don't want to follow structure, but we want the discipline, right? But what we're actually refusing is our ability to get things done. When you refuse structure, you're refusing your ability to get things done. Now, I hope that was enough game. It doesn't even scratch the surface of what I wanted to say to you today concerning structure, but that's all the time I have left. Got about 1 minute, and you know what that means. It is time for my shameless plug. So, what I want you to do, go to Cash App, if you can, no pressure. Go to Cash App and send $1 or $2 to the Real Slim Sir and support this podcast if you can that way. If not, go onto Amazon and type in Slim Sir and purchase paperback copies of either The Rules or Glory to the Game. Or you can go to slimsir.com and purchase a digital copy of all of my work, including Game God, which everybody is loving, and Game God Volume 2 is coming out in the next few weeks. Hey, listen, as usual, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for this therapy session, and I see you next time. Peace.